let's kick off with I think what's going to be a more standard game. There's been a lot of casts with some wacky, funky stuff that's been going on, and I think we found we're going to see a much more standard game today, which I think is quite nice because I've seen my fair share of wacky stuff today. Giggs being an incredible player, Unger's being regarded as one of the best players in the game at the moment. We're definitely going to see a close one. Both of these players very familiar with their civilizations of choices. Unger's probably his best civ is Germany. Debatable. Germany very strong as well at the moment, but so are France. You know, France can be played very strongly as well. Giggs, definitely one of his favourite civs is France. So both of these guys played this an insane amount of times. They've been playing this for 10 years, this matchup. You know, the Germany versus France. So they both know what to expect here. I think it's predominantly going to come down to micro. Who can micro more efficiently in the big fights? Who's going to get the better treasures? Who's going to get the lucky raids? You know, I think we're gonna see a cracking game here. Take a quick look at the decks if they've chosen them yet. They haven't. Germany has though. Yeah, pretty standard stuff here. Nothing out of the ordinary. We've got the free mercenary shipments, which is a nice addition. You know, the Pandora's is the new addition to the mercenary lineup. Good to see some mercenary play. France, on the other hand, again, pretty standard stuff. Does have the Royal Mint, the upgrade card. Does have the skirmisher upgrade. Yeah, again, very standard. So it doesn't look like anything's too wacky at the moment. One thing we might see is they both have access to the Kree settlement. So Saguenay being a very popular map, actually. A lot of people's favourite map. You see it on almost every tournament play. You know, there's really good water play. You've got the TP line, and you have the Kree, the option of going Krees as well. And the reason why Kree are one of the best natives in the game is not because of the actual Kree tracker, but because of this bad boy, because of the Kree Courrier de Bois. Apologies for my French there. But essentially, you can get 4 or 5 of these. I think it's 4 or 5. It's essentially giving you access to a very cheap second age PC. For 4 or 5 extra villagers, which makes a huge difference at the beginning of the game. We do see Giggs going for a 12-10, so maybe you can call that a little bit wacky. 12-10 being very strong. He obviously was happy that he got a decent food treasure or something. It just felt like he could age up very quickly. And what that does is essentially you can go for a TP start and not have to build a house. So as soon as you get to 9 villagers, you then ship the 3 villagers and it overpops to 12. And it lets you age up extremely quickly. Look at the time. 3 minutes 10 and he's almost aged up. This is going to be insane age up time for France here. So there I was saying we're going to have something very standard. I mean, you might want to call 12-10 standard, but aging up at 3.5 minutes almost is pretty not standard if you ask me. He does have a scout waiting here. Then they pick up 120 food. That's going to be a great addition to this. Like, obviously, he's missing out on some eco here, as opposed to not going 13, even 14 villagers, which is what some people do. Aging up at 3 minutes 40! So there's some civilizations that only have just clicked up age. Holy moly. Oh, Ungers is going for the Kree, so Ungers is going greedy. So if we see something aggressive, which it looks like we might do from Giggs here, agent with the quartermaster, so the 400 wood, so he's going to use 200 of that, I presume, to get a barracks. He does, and it looks like Ungers has just about missed it. Oh, he doesn't see up here. Oh, Ungers. I have to say, though, 10 out of 10 on your hero skin. We've got Big Boober. The big beer wallet can. So he doesn't see it. So he's going to scout his base to see what he's going to be finding. He's looking for a stable. He's looking for an in-house barracks. He's looking for something. So if he doesn't see any of that, he sees the 700 wood as well, so he knows he's not going for a straight fast fortress. So he's got to know that there's going to be something coming. He's going to be rushing somehow. So he's decided he has. So he's definitely suspicious. Although he hasn't got definitive proof, he thinks like on the balance of probability, he's going to be getting rushed right now. So instead of going for a stable, he's going for a barracks, which suggests that he wants to play more defensively. He is going for the Kree as well, so he does have option to go for Kree trackers, which are kind of like a very, very expensive, but a very like a tanky skirmisher. So they'll definitely do well versus things like crossbows, pikemen, musketeers. They'll do well against everything in Age 2 other than cav. So definitely a strong option there. He hasn't built anything from there just yet, Ungers. Giggs has 5 pikemen out. Is going to see this now. Giggs sending anything. He's musketeers. Oh, he's gonna see the creep, but the musketeer's gonna be pulled out. That's perfect bait. But Unger's gonna see it straight away, and yep, does survive. Very nice. Does know that there's a Kree here, so definitely gonna keep an eye out on that. Nice house. Really like this house. You think, why is there a house just out in the open down here? Well, that's gonna give Giggs really good line of sight. If anyone tries to raid, if he tries to raid from the corners, he's gonna see anything coming in. So that's really nice house placement there, just like we saw there. Just like we saw there. Look, he sees it. He sees it coming. Very nice. The TP does go down, and Ungers didn't have that from the start, so that was definitely an in-transition TP. So when he was aging up from 1 to 2, that was the trap. So that TP, look, he's just about missed another pass of it as well. So that's unfortunate for Ungers. That's a really nice catch for Giggs. That 200 wood is going to have been wasted, because he really didn't get a lot out of that. Raiding going on down the side there, but pikemen coming in with hussars, but they're not going to be too much. Double barracks now for Ungers. Looks like he's definitely going to go lots of expo play here, which would be perfect counter to these musketeers. Only able to get in 4 out, though. Not what you want. Is he going to decide to take this house down, or is he going to run? The pikemen are going to go. Yep. The musketeers are going to fight. He will win this. Although the musketeers, there's not that many musketeers anymore. Okay, he puts them in defensive mode. Very nice. They're going to tank lots of HP there. Going to go back for the siege. And I really like this, because if he can take that house down... Okay, decides that 352 HP is a bit too much, which I totally get. Although with the backup of the hussars, I think taking that house down would have been really good. If we take a look at Ungers, taking that house down would be really good, because he would be popped right now, and it probably would have delayed these expos coming out, some of them as well. Now, if he can just take these pikemen out, he's having a bit of trouble taking these pikemen down. There's 2 hussars left. That's probably not going to be enough. But it does allow him to take that house down. Two hussars around the back here. Did look like they get cleaned up, and I don't think they would have got any. These corridor board being more tanky than normal villagers. More musketeers coming out. So it looks like we're going to see a Musk Huss play for France, which is really nice because, yeah, Germany, always their biggest weakness in H2 is the fact that they can't actually build musketeers. They don't have access to musketeers, so their only real anti-cav is pikemen. They do have doppelsodners, but they're very expensive, so the likelihood of you making them is going to be unlikely. Does have lots of wood. Is going to go for stable now. Would be perfect macro to get lots of these Kree trackers. They're very wood heavy. Ooh, these Kree going up here. These hussars spot it. Take a quick look at Giggs. Diving in with the hussars. He does see this up here, so he does know that there's a dead herd up there. But a big battle going on. Minutemen being called now. Probably time to back up, Giggs. Probably time to back up, big boy. It is. Whenever you see the Minutemen pop, unless you really, really choose to, you want to back up. Just let these Minutemen weaken. They're not going to do too much damage if they only got 1 HP, but they will if they're full HP. But he decides to take it anyway, so it's nice micro, actually. This very healthy amount of hussars, but the hussars are going to do a good amount of damage to them. Yeah, and that's going to really dwindle these expos. Only a few musketeers left. They've done what they needed to do. The thing is, Giggs is weakened his side as well, so he's going to pretty much lose everything here. The Nootka coming in. I presume that was from a treasure. Very nice. And yeah, now 4 Ulons coming out. Very nice. They're going to be able to clean up the rest of the stuff. Scout does go down now. He did see it. Ungers knows that there's not going to be a lot of stuff out, so he's definitely feeling that there's a bit of a timing here. He's got his Nootka and his Explorer. Got a few more on to hit. The 8 crossbow shipment coming in now as well. More houses going down for Ungers. What's Giggs' response to this, though? Age 3! He's able to do all of that and get to age 3. But Ungers definitely smells something. He's seen this before. So he's definitely going to be pushing in. Giggs deciding to cancel those five musketeers, which I definitely agree with, because even if he dived everything in, I mean, even if that Hussar was full HP, like it wouldn't be good. Pikeman coming in for that siege ability now as well, and to take care of any Hussars. Wow, more Hussar Ulons coming in now as well. This is looking really good for Ungers right now. Although Giggs is going into age 3. I was just about to say, I imagine we're going to see him rebuilding his barracks. Definitely wants to get some musketeers out, but might be saving it for some skirmishes right now. Might be shipping 5 goons. Yep, so he's going to ship 5 goons and he's going to make 5 skirmishes. He's also going to get a stable down with as many villagers as possible. Yeah, wants to Speedy Gonzalez it. It's a decent mass though. A really nice treasure to pick up for Giggs, but you don't want to spend too long on this treasure, but you definitely want to get that Explorer that has potentially 628 HP into here. The Hussar raid, but that Hussar was very weak, so not going to do too much. But he does know there's stuff up there now. Unger's just checking out what's going on. He's going to lose his Explorer. Goon's coming out now. He'll be able to poke away with these skirmishers. And Ungers knows this. And he's just going to back up. And Ungers is going to definitely feel like he needs to go for the edge up as well. He does. So this is looking really good for Ungers. Like, all of a sudden, just looking so good for Ungers. Ended this astoundingly well. It has an insane, surprising amount of Ulons out. Oh, Giggs, you don't want to be losing anything there. Losing a goon there, it's 180 resources. It's not good. Considering these expos are pretty cheap resource-wise as well. Ungers is aged up. He's almost going to have a card as well. Good old Skirm Goon. We are going to see the Skirm Goon from both sides. However, Ungers does have the double racks. He has the larger mass at the moment as well. He knows that Germany has aged up with more stuff than him. And he knows that he's likely gone for... Oh, a nice catch there. And that he's gone up with the greedier build as well, because he went for the Kree villagers. Getting snared here. A bit of a China-esque type of push here. Getting the snare. Even the Nooker is still in there. And that's going to have 200 HP. That's a really tanky skirm. Nice micro from Giggs, but it looks like he's losing out. And these are age 2 Ulons. You know, a Nooker, age 2 pikeman. Expo's in the background. Going to do some great damage. It's looking really good for Ungers. Just unfortunately, Giggs just getting caught. He tried to do some damage. Did pick off a couple of villagers, but at what cost? 9 Ulans coming in now. This is where the pain train of cards starts for Ungers. Not only was that a great trade for Ungers, like just utilizing age 2 stuff just to get the snare whilst everything else fires in the background. He was able to produce a lot of XP. He's already almost got another card in age 3 now. He'll have access to free war wagons, 8 skirts, just anything he wants really. Ungers 3k score in front now as well. Take a quick look at the village count. There's 34, but it's more like 44 if you take into consideration there's French villagers and settler wagons. Whilst Giggs is only on 32. Big raid coming in from Nick, AOA3. How you doing, Nick? Thank you very much for the raid. We're just currently casting a cracking game from Giggs and Ungers. Still no one touched on water at the moment. Be a nice snipe with the skirms. More goons coming out. Giggs now having the home advantage, so he has defender's advantage, so he has access to Minutemen. His shipments and his units that get built will come in quicker because obviously they're right next to his base. Yeah, Ungers looks like understanding that he doesn't have enough skirmisher mass to compete with Giggs, so he's going to back up. I love look at these guys run. They're just it's just absolutely brilliant. Really using that kind of pull trick to run faster. But the skirmisher mass has completely changed now and it looks like it's in favor of Ungers, and he's going to turn around and fight straight away. Now it's Giggs' turn to run away with his tail between his legs. Not too much pursuing going on there from Ungers. Ungers not too sure of himself at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, big Strick coming in with a prime. 3 months.
_ just subscribed.
Yo, thank you so much, dude. Thank you very much. Nice little corner raid coming on here. But like I said about these houses, they're going to see it early. Does Giggs see it? He does see it. Very nice. Saw that very early. The goons are going to be coming in. Yep, and no villagers for you today, Ulons. Yeah, he does have a nice kind of natural wall here with the tree line. He does have the ability to build, to pull his his CDBs, which are able to tank 243 HP. Looks like it's go time. The two falconers are coming out, but they're going to be caught in the wrong position. No, Giggs! Oh, God, it's horrendous. Are they going to be able to be wedged? Oh, the Ulan spam. Is he going to be able to get one? Oh, I'm not sure he should have turned around and fight just yet. He is going to get one hit off with both of them onto these skirmishers. Oh, both of them are still alive, but one with 1 HP Falconet! Yo, the hype, Giggs, the hype. He does lose all of his Ulans, which is kind of scary now for Ungers. He doesn't have an effective way to deal with these Falconets, although one is only 1 HP, the other one is, what, half HP? So War Wagons could definitely get a nice poke on them. He doesn't really have that many, because if he decided to poke, then he'll just get slammed by everything else. More skirmishers coming out. That's just what Giggs wants to see. These Falconets going to gobble them right up. Going to be able to push on the middle of the map now. He does. The Falconets are going to give him...
Oh, yeah.
Clutch coming in with a clutch prime.
Clutch 93 just subscribed.
Yo, thank you so much for the prime. He's losing a few CDBs here, which is not really very... Was that 3 or 4? A bit unfortunate. The Falconet's just been way too slow to get there in time. That was a really nice catch for Ungers, considering he didn't lose anything there, really. But he was able to gain some nice villager kills. Now, both of these civs quite gold heavy, particularly Germany. Look, there's just absolutely no gold mines left. He's just going to be gobbling up these gold mines, which is what Germany are known for. All of their units very gold heavy as well. So the battle is inevitable, because it's going to be coming down to who wants the last access to gold mines. So who can have the superior infantry mass, so they can kind of gain control, the map control. And this is all of a sudden a really scary mass of Ulans just out of nowhere. Definitely need these 5 goons coming in. 31 vills for France now, and Unger's looking on a really healthy 44, which is more like 55. It's go time, baby! And how long are these Falconets going to survive for? Not very long, it looks like. Giggs just deleting all his units, knowing it was GG. Great way to end it. Very, very well played to both players. Yeah, Unger's just being able to play very defensively, very effectively, and although it was looking quite good, it was looking really good for Giggs, actually, with the really insane 12-10. It looks like it was going to catch Ungers off guard, but Ungers was able to pull off the 5 CDB greed from the Kree, and it really paid off for him. Take a quick look at the post game. Giggs able to do some really good early damage, and yeah, was definitely in the lead at the start with regards to resources, but got to a point where those extra Kree villagers just came really in handy there, and Ungers just pushing away. Not to mention that Germany have the better shipments as well, as particularly the better age 3 shipments. This is going to add even more value to it, and both of these players have great micro, so yeah, really well played.